The alarm did not sound like a warning anymore. It sounded like a countdown. Captain Ryan Clark gripped the edge of the console as the small survey ship lurched in a slow spin. The starboard thrusters were dead. The backup system had flashed once, then gone dark, as if the ship itself had decided it was done arguing with space. On the main screen, a foreign cruiser filled half the view, a wall of black metal and pale lights. It had slid out of the dust cloud without a single broadcast, then matched Ryan's drift like a predator pacing an injured animal. "Calm, try again," Ryan said. Lisa Carter's fingers flew over the panel. "Hailing..." No response. "They are jamming every band we have." "Engineering?" Ryan asked. Ben Tucker's voice crackled from the intercom, tight and strained. "The surge fried half the power bus. I can give you steering in 10 minutes if nothing else breaks." 10 minutes was a luxury they did not have. The foreign cruiser opened a seam along its belly. Something bright formed there, a narrow beam that crawled toward Ryan's ship. "That is a tractor," Lisa said, voice thin. "They are locking on." Ryan's stomach turned cold, but his mind sharpened. Cut non-essential power. Dump heat. "Ben, route what you can to the port maneuvering jets. Give me any push at all." "Trying," Ben said. "But the system is bleeding." The beam touched the hull and the ship stopped drifting. It did not slam or shake. It simply became owned. The spin slowed until the ship faced the cruiser like a prisoner staring at the judge. "They are pulling us in," Lisa said. The airlock light on Ryan's console blinked without permission. "They are overriding our lock," Lisa added. "How are they inside our control net?" Ryan did not answer. He stood, unhooked his restraint, and grabbed the emergency sidearm from the wall locker. It was a compact stun unit meant for wildlife, not war, but it was all the rules allowed. "Stay on comm," he told Lisa. "Record everything. Ben, if you can blow the coupling on the tractor point, do it. If I do that, we might lose the hull seal," Ben warned. "Do it if they breach," Ryan said. The airlock cycled with a soft sigh, too gentle for what it meant. The inner door hissed. Ryan raised the stun unit, his pulse loud in his ears. A small figure stepped through. It was a child, not human, not even close. She was shorter than Ryan's chest, with smooth gray skin that shimmered faintly like wet stone. Her eyes were huge and dark, like polished glass, and she wore a simple wrap with a dull metal clasp. Her hands were empty. Her face was calm, but the way she held her shoulders said she knew she was walking into danger. Ryan did not lower the weapon. The little alien girl stepped closer, as if the narrow corridor belonged to her. Her voice came out in clear English, careful and soft. "My mother wants to see you." Lisa's sharp inhale came from behind Ryan. "She is speaking English." Ryan's mouth was dry. "Who are you?" The girl looked up at him. Steady. "My name is Sari. You are the captain. Your people call you Ryan?" Ryan felt the hair rise on his arms. "How do you know that?" Sari's gaze flicked to the ship's ceiling, then back. "The cruiser listens. It listens too much. My mother does not like this. She wants to speak where the listening is less." Ryan tried to keep his voice level. "Your cruiser is dragging my ship. Your people are jamming our signals. You broke into our airlock." Sari nodded once, like she accepted every charge. "Yes, that is why my mother wants to see you. She did not choose this." In the background, the lights dimmed as Lisa cut power. The ship's hum dropped, making every breath sound loud. Ryan stared at the child, then past her to the open airlock. He did not see armed guards. He did not see a squad. He only saw the darkness of the alien cruiser's corridor and a faint line of light guiding the way. "Tell your mother to come here," Ryan said. Sari shook her head. "She cannot. She is watched. If she leaves, they will hurt her, and they will hurt me. You must come, now." Lisa stepped closer, keeping her hands visible. "Ryan, this could be a trap." Ryan knew it could. He also knew the tractor beam meant they had no leverage. The foreign cruiser could cut them open whenever it wanted. Sending a child first was either a cruel trick or a real signal that something inside that cruiser was fractured. He made his choice because a captain had to pick a direction, even when all directions were bad. "Ben," Ryan said into the intercom, "I am going to their ship. If they breach us, vent the coupling like we discussed." "Captain, are you serious?" Ben snapped. "Yes," Ryan said. "Keep the recorder running. Lisa, you are acting captain until I return." Lisa's eyes were wide, but she nodded. "Be careful." Ryan looked down at Sari. "You walk in front. If anything happens, I will not be polite." Sari did not flinch. "You are human." That should have sounded like an insult, but it came out like a fact, and somehow like respect. They crossed the airlock. The alien cruiser's corridor was smooth and silent, with pale light that seemed to glow from the walls. Ryan's boots made the only sound. Siri's steps were almost noiseless. As they moved deeper, Ryan noticed tiny holes along the ceiling line, almost invisible sensors, cameras, ears. Sari noticed his glance. "They watch. My mother cannot speak freely." "Then why is this corridor empty?" Ryan asked. "Because they fear you," Sari said. Ryan almost laughed, but the tension kept it trapped. "They fear a ship they already captured." Sari looked back at him for the first time with something like curiosity. "They fear what humans do when cornered." The corridor opened into a chamber that felt like a command deck and a courtroom at the same time. Consoles curved along the walls. Tall figures stood in pairs, their bodies thin and jointed, their faces hidden behind dark visors. None of them moved toward Ryan, but their attention pressed on him like weight. At the center sat a larger figure on a low platform. Not in chains, but not free either. The air around her shimmered with a faint field, a cage made of light. Her skin was the same gray as Siri's, but her eyes were sharper, older. Her posture was proud even while trapped. Sari stepped to the edge of the field and spoke in a different language, fast and urgent. The mother's gaze snapped to Ryan. For a moment, Ryan saw exhaustion there, and anger, and something else that looked like calculation. Then the mother spoke in English, crisp and controlled. "Captain Ryan Clark, my name is Maria. Thank you for not harming my daughter." Ryan kept his stun unit low but ready. "Your people are holding you in a cage." Mayara's mouth tightened. "They are not my people. They are the Kroon. They conquered my world. They keep me alive because I am useful." A Kroon guard shifted, and the floor beneath Ryan vibrated with a low warning tone. Mayara did not look at the guard. Her eyes stayed on Ryan like she was anchoring herself to the only uncertain piece on the board. "Useful how?" Ryan asked. Mayara's voice dropped. "They use me to speak to new species. They believe kindness makes prey easier to swallow." Ryan's grip tightened. "And your message to me is what?" Mayara leaned forward until the field shimmered against her forehead. "Leave this region. Warn your ships the Kroon are mapping your routes. They will strike your ports. They will take your children and teach them obedience." The words hit like a punch. Ryan forced air into his lungs. Why tell me? Myara's gaze flicked to Seri, then back. Because I have seen your kind in their records. You are stubborn. You are brave in foolish ways. You break tools to make weapons. You make friends in places that should not allow it. Ryan heard a soft beep behind him. His suit display flashed a warning. Foreign system handshake detected. Something was probing his gear, searching for access. Lisa's voice burst in his ear through the private channel, faint but clear. Ryan, they're trying to hack your suit link. I can see it from here. It is aggressive. Keep the line open, he murmured. Myara's eyes narrowed slightly, as if she sensed the hidden exchange. They are listening to you through your own device, she said quietly. They will learn your codes. Ryan's mind raced. If they learned their protocols, the next human ship would be blind and silent the moment the crew arrived. He needed a way to poison the listening without revealing he was doing it. And then he saw it, a maintenance port on the edge of Myara's field emitter. A simple physical interface. Not elegant, not protected. The croon relied on control, not caution. Ryan met Myara's eyes. If I help you, will you help me save my crew? Myara did not hesitate. Yes, but you must act like a human, Ryan understood. He took one step closer to the field, raising his stun unit as if in anger. The croon guards stiffened. The warning tone deepened. Ryan shouted, letting the room hear the shape of panic. You dragged us in here, and you think I will just listen? He swung the stun unit down, not at Myara, but at the maintenance port. The impact cracked the panel. Sparks jumped. Alarms flared, different from the ones on his ship, sharp and frantic. The croon surged forward. Mara moved at the same instant, her fingers sliding into the exposed port like she had practiced it in nightmares. The field around her flickered, weakened. Seri darted back, eyes wide but focused. Ryan lunged, grabbed the edge of the emitter housing, and tore it free with raw strength and a scream he did not know he had. The cage collapsed. Myara staggered forward into freedom. The Krun guards reached for weapons, but the consoles along the wall suddenly went dark, as if the ship itself blinked. The lights dimmed. The corridor behind them throbbed with emergency red. Myara spoke fast to Seri, then to Ryan. I have opened a breach in their control net. For 3 minutes, they will not see your ship. Run. Ryan did not ask how. He grabbed Seri's hand, and Mara followed, moving with the speed of someone who had waited too long. They sprinted down the corridor as alarms chased them. Behind, croon voices rose, furious and confused. Ahead, the airlock glowed like a doorway out of a trap. Ryan burst into his ship with Myara, and Seri slammed the inner door and keyed the seal. Lisa was already at the console, eyes bright with fear and hope. Ben, Ryan shouted, give me anything you have. Ben's voice came back like a roar. I have port jets at 40%. And, Captain, the tractor beam just blinked. Ryan strapped in, hands flying. Then we punched through. The ship shuddered as the port jets fired. It was not graceful. It was not smooth. It was a hard shove against the hand that held them. The hull groaned. The stars tilted. Then the beam snapped, and the ship shot free into open dark. On the screen, the cruiser tried to pivot, but its lights stuttered, blind for the promised minutes. Ryan did not waste a second. He sent the ship into a tight burn toward the dust cloud, the one place the cruiser's sensors would struggle to see. Lisa looked at Myra and Seri, then at Ryan. What now? Ryan's voice was steady, even as adrenaline hammered his ribs. Now we run fast, we warn everyone, And we come back with more than a survey ship. Mera stared at the shrinking cruiser, her jaw set. Humans, do not forget. Ryan looked at her, then at Sari, still holding his hand like she had decided it was safe. No, he said, we do not. And in the empty space between stars, the little alien girl finally let herself breathe, as if she had just watched the future change direction.